Okay, I was coming home from church on a Wednesday night, October 28th, 2009. And so it's been 7 years. And I came into the road, and there was someone coming towards me with their high beams on. And we live on a rural dirt road, so there was a deer behind me. Well, all they saw was the deer, and they didn't see me. So they moved into my lane on the dirt road, and I swerved to miss them, and they kept going. And as I swerved to miss them, I hit a tree. And I slammed on both my accelerator and my gas at the same time. So I hit the tree about 50 miles an hour. And it projected me into the tree and slid me down. And so the hood of my car smashed in. It took the firefighters and EMTs 38 minutes to get me out of the car. My injuries were very extensive. I had a head contusion, and it actually pushed my skull in here, and this was all open. So it was open from here all the way back, and my lip was ripped from my steering wheel crashing into the window, and the piece of glass came and ripped my lip. I had a clavicle dislocation and broken. And then all of my arm on this side was crushed all the way down to my fingers. And then on this side, I had an ulna and radius broken, and then my wrist was crushed. And I had a windshield going in here, and then my bone was coming out here. So very extensive, mostly upper. And then my airbag unfortunately bruised my sternum, which collapsed a lung. And so my ribs automatically jammed. So it's hard for me to breathe sometimes. I weekly go to the chiropractor continually, and I'm still on a lot of medicine, but not nearly as much as whenever it happened.
How many surgeries?
I stopped counting at 7. There was a lot on my face, so the surgeries were more a process, like a step. Like, this will help, this is going to help, especially the ones on my arm, because I knew that even through pain, I am gaining mobility. This is going to work. And I had to keep in mind that, because therapy, they told me whenever I met them, you're not going to like me, but we're trying to help. And I was like, okay, if you say so. I had the strokes in the ICU, so I was intubated for 2 days. And it happened because the brain hit the front of my skull and then the back of my skull. And so I had 2 dissections of my brain that went all the way down, from the frontal lobe all the way down. And they do motor function, balance, and memory. So I still have very bad memory. I was Dory for 3 years. And it was, hi, my name is Ashley. I don't know you. So it's been a gradual purpose, and humor has been a saving grace through everything. I think the silver lining is my God is a big God, and He's still working miracles. I mean, daily working miracles. I am not in a wheelchair anymore. I take it with us, but He's only whenever I need it. I'm talking with you, and technically with both of my strokes, I wasn't supposed to be able to do this. I wasn't supposed to be able to sing again. I wasn't supposed to be able to paint and draw and do my photography. So the silver lining is my family coming together in such a huge way that I never would have ever seen them come without this. And not to say that a tragedy has to happen for your family to realize the purity of life, but it definitely helps. And then I think the silver lining is realizing how precious life is. And don't take it for granted, because when you do and you're in a hospital bed and you can't move anything, you realize, wow, that was quick. I'm Ashley, and I am a life survivor.